Horizon Call of the Mountain isn't a new game by any stretch of the imagination for PSVR2. It's been out for, well, 6, 7, 8 months, ever since the headset was released back in February. That's a long time ago now, and understandably people aren't talking about it as much anymore, but I want to draw some attention to it before we get into the rush of all the new October PSVR2 games, because this month is absolutely stacked. But I want to talk about Horizon because it has what I think is one of the best views in all of VR, and the view that I'm going to show you today is very easily accessible, but I don't think a lot of people have actually seen it. There are climbs called legendary climbs in Horizon Call of the Mountain, and one of those is situated at the end of level 3, and it's very easy to miss. And if you have missed it, I want to show you how to get there, how to do it, and the reward for doing it at the top. And at the top is my favourite view in all of VR gaming. PCVR, PSVR2, Quest, Google Cardboard, I don't care, you name it, this is my favourite view in VR, and it hasn't been beaten yet. It's just so serene, it's perfectly put together, and if you haven't experienced it yet, this is your call to action. So anyway, let's get into it and show you how to get there. It is good to be back in Horizon. God, what an incredible looking game. Anyway, and I want this video today just to be something to kind of show you a glimpse into one of my favourite places in virtual reality, a place to chill out. And to get there, we've got to go, not mission 1 or 2, but we've got to go to mission 3, which is Upper Slopes of Bright Dawn. And you see at the bottom, it says Legendary Climbs. That's what we're going for. And these climbs are essentially things that, don't cough, Ray, that's what you're doing. They're essentially climbs that you don't have to do, but they are around each level. And once you've done it, it completes it. And essentially what you're going to need to do is complete the level in full, which we'll go and do. And if you want to make it easier for yourself, head over to the accessibility settings. You can put on loads of these, but the one you'll want is damage dealt 5 times, because that'll essentially make it so that you absolutely demolish enemies, which will get you through the level a lot quicker. And I want to take this video to kind of talk about Call of the Mountain as a game as well, because it's something I haven't spoken about since launch, and I do think it's a really, really solid title, but I think the only thing really keeping it back, at least at the moment, for me, is Sony's reprojection tech, which I wish they would kind of sort out. But essentially, Sony's headset, PSVR2, runs at usually 60 Hz reprojected, and what that means is that the game is running at 60 FPS, but it's being kind of ghosted to look like 120. So when you're static, everything looks really good, and in movement, it's a little jittery in terms of the ghosting over stuff. But it does help the overall smoothness of the game in terms of how it feels. And hopefully, if they improve that tech, which I think they said they're looking into, the game will look even better. But as it stands, Call of the Mountain is still an incredible looking game. I don't think there's a game in VR that does climbing as well as this game does. Maybe the climb. I haven't actually played the climb. Maybe it's better. And I mean, stuff like this, you see the grass and the moss, and your hand runs through it and you feel it in the haptics. Isn't that nuts? I think that's nuts.
That woke him up.
There we go. So they slash through this.
Gotta get off the tower.
We jump through, grab our axes. Let that fall. And off we go. So, the place that we're heading is actually there. That's part of it, but you got to go around to get to it. And it's the best legendary climb, and in my opinion, the best climb in the whole game. In terms of all of the routes in the game, this is the best one, I think. God, look how good this looks, man, with the water down there and the glow. Just, it never fails. It really, honestly, I've never uninstalled this game since it came out. I almost just fell then. That was almost really bad. But yeah, this has stayed on my console storage, on my hard drive storage,
Those scrappers. Still letting them
since it came out, because it looks so good.
Take that. Easy now. Get in.
And this is actually the final stage of the level. So you'll see with the modifier, it's a lot easier to, you know, take them out. There we go. Look how easy that was with the modifier to get through the level. It's a lot quicker if you just want to enjoy the scenery and not really worry about combat, which is kind of a weird way to play, but okay, so you can ignore all that to get to the point we want to go to. The place where we want to go is actually somewhere that, I mean, you may have seen before, but chances are you probably haven't, unless you've been going for a completionist. And it's here. There are some handholds here that look pretty, you know, innocuous. They're not really overstated, but they do take you up to the first part of the legendary climb for this level. Oh god, look at that. Look at the mountain around this rock. Oh my god, it's just nuts, man. It's the word I use all the time for VR stuff. It's just nuts, but it really is. It's quite a cool climb with a lot of, you know, vines, rock climbing, handholds, all that good stuff. And even the ropes. And do you reckon I can reach the rope without having to... I don't have to use the rock climb there. Yeah, a bit of rope swinging. Let go, grab. If you want to challenge yourself, just throw yourself around a little bit. Oh, that makes my knees go a little bit when I do that. Really shows the scale. Scale around this rock. Up these little handholds. Another rock to grab onto. Do you reckon I could? Thought I could maybe do it in one, but I can't. I really like this bit as well. It's such like a wide face where you can just kind of climb around it however you want to. And you'll see, talking of face, there's a big face there. That's where we're headed. But first, we got to go round. But the reward at the end of this climb, it is amazing. Now we're onto the face. Grab onto his eye, his eyebrow. It's like you could completely miss this climb. You could have no idea that this is here. But the devs put so much effort into it anyway. And this is our final bit of the ascent. And we're up. Welcome to King's Shoulders. My favourite part of the whole game. And there is a little collectible up here, usually for you, if you get here. But there isn't because I've already got it. So let me talk you through why this is my favourite place in the whole game. Starting from the left, that river is just, it's just serene, man. You got a view of the, I don't know what they're called. I'm going to call it a world eater because it looks like that. And a bunch of waterfalls that all look impressive, but technically, the most impressive part of the whole site, past this little canyon here, are actually these two waterfalls here. They're my favourite part.
Get into places few people have been.
Exactly right, yes, exactly. But yeah, these two waterfalls, the way they're technically constructed, feel the realest out of most of the things I've seen in VR. There's certain moments where, obviously the game looks incredible, and you feel immersed during basically all of it, but there are certain points where you forget that you're in a game, and for me, seeing that for the first time and seeing that for the first time was one of them. And coming back and looking at it, I still get that feeling. I think it's the way the light hits the top from the sun, and then it's shadowed. Same with that, the way the light kind of reflects off. And the layering of the water as it falls. And you can see the battleground where we just came from, climbed all the way up there. It's probably the best looking view I've had in VR, I would say. Maybe not the most realistic, there are more realistic views in Half-Life Alyx, but this view is genuinely just blows me away every time. This and Kayak VR Mirage, the two I come back to. Hang on. There you go, the two I come back to. Time and time again, even though other people might not replay them for just chilling out and looking at the view, I do. And it really never gets old. You always discover new things, like those waterfalls are really good down there as well. But that one's the best. It's the best spot in the whole game. But yeah, if there's any devs who worked on this, watching, by any chance, yeah, you did a good job. Absolutely blows me away every time I look at it. I do encourage you to hop on Horizon if you have it installed, or if it's a quick install for you, if your Wi-Fi is good and you want to have a little look at this. Or if you just want to have a look at it in general, get on Horizon, call the mountain, go on mission 3, go to the end, climb this climb, because it's the best one in the game in my opinion, and look at this view. But anyway, thank you all for watching, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.